Hi all, stay with me because we're going to discuss 4 mental health habits that will make you mentally strong. I guess we all need this at certain times in our lives and certain moments in our day actually. So tune in, it's going to be a quick video, straight to the point, and it's going to be very helpful for whoever you are, whatever journey you are currently on. I'll see you in the video. Through 4 mental health habits that will make you mentally strong. One is challenging automatic beliefs. We are programmed that suddenly when something happens or a thought comes in our head, it's kind of an automated thought of what we've been through or what we've programmed through experience, probably experiences that you might not even remember from your childhood. So instead of believing those first triggered thoughts, ask yourself, where is this belief or thought coming from? It's not something that you're going to get the answer straight away. So you might have to think, and you're not going to be able to get it if you're in a room where you're like, it's all noisy, you're in the middle of a work meeting and you're like, Zain said, let me challenge that thought that I just got while I'm in this conference. I just got a negative thought. You might not get the answer there. You need to sit in silence a little bit. You might want to journal, okay? And then once you kind of think you've got the idea, you can say to yourself, do I have the evidence to support this idea, assumption, belief, thought that has been triggered in me, of where it's come from? And if not, then you can also, even if it is or not, you can say, what assumptions am I making here? Because most of the time there's some assumption where, you know, we've been through an experience that's triggered this thought or belief, or from our cultural background or our heritage. And we add on assumptions that are around fear or programming along the way. All right. So for example, you might have a belief around something, but in life, if you've faced a lot of rejection, you add on some of that rejection fear and it becomes a lot bigger, and a belief, you know, where you are then needing to challenge that automated belief or thought that gets triggered in you. And then you can say, what would it feel like not to believe in this thought? And that should bring you an answer of, is there a possibility not to think this way? Which there is most of the time, unless, you know, you're a traumatic stress disorder, you faced a big trauma, which might put you in a situation where it's a bit more challenging. But I'm talking about beliefs that are triggered beyond just what is actually happened to us, if that makes sense. And so those kind of questions that I've pinpointed for you are going to really help. And I'm going to go on to number 2, which is not a nice one because we need to sit in a bit of discomfort. So it's tolerating discomfort. Growth requires discomfort. So instead of avoiding it, work on moving through the discomfort with self-compassion. Now, I did a video recently on, it's a Soul with Zain message in terms of how do we know we're healing and personal growth. You might want to check that video out. Okay, I'll put a note to try and link it in the description box, but if not, you'll find it in the playlist, the same playlist as Soul with Zain, and in this playlist of mindset and mental health, where we discuss mental health, personal development, emotional development aspects. Physical is the fitness and the other aspects, and you've got yoga and you've got healing in that as well. So tolerating discomfort means really our personal growth requires discomfort, okay, for us to have the change of perspective, to be pushed into see what we're capable of. And so instead of avoiding it, work through moving through discomfort with self-compassion. And you can also exercise your discomfort muscles by taking small steps outside of your comfort zone on a regular basis, trying new foods, going on a different walk. If you normally go a certain way, or you normally walk to work and you walk a certain way, take another route. Or even if you drive to work, okay, and or visiting a new coffee shop or visiting a new place, you know, just a bit of exploring where something is new. And so you're kind of like, you're not feeling like Dora the Explorer. You're feeling like, if I just go to this coffee shop, I know what to do, I know where I like to sit, I know what I want to order, I know what to do as soon as I get in. I'm comfortable. It's usually familiar faces. If I go to the other coffee shop that's in a different city, a bit more further, you know, just 15 minutes maybe drive more, or a longer walk, or whatever it is, I don't know where the counter is, I don't know if I'm going to like the seating, etc. And so those small discomforts help you create those small steps of tolerating discomfort, because we get so comfortable with what we're familiar with and we don't want the change. So there's small ways you can do that. And then number 3 is focus on what's inside of your control. This is a really big one, because we always try to control stuff, and some of the stuff we really cannot control because it's outside of our control. And by focusing on what's in our control really helps us feel mentally strong, or stronger and in control of our lives, which translates in feeling mentally and emotionally more stable and stronger. So spend most of your time thinking about the things you can do something about, instead of dwelling on what you have no control over. If you catch yourself ruminating or overthinking, which can cause no sleep, anxiety, depression, etc., ask yourself whether it's within your zone control, and is it within your zone of influence, or is it outside of your control and you can't really do nothing about it. And so obviously, if you know what's outside of your control, there's no point dedicating your energy or your time or your mental capacity or your emotional input into something that's out of your control. These questions help you identify if it's in your control. And the second question also then re-emphasizes that, to make sure that you're not answering from a one perspective, in case there is an element that you actually can control. Maybe you can take some steps and then let it go, leave it to the universe, leave it to your divine belief, or things to unfold as they should for you. Number 4 is cognitive flexibility. Now, I do a cognitive behavioral therapy package. It's very helpful if you're stressed in life, if you have anxiety, if you ruminate, if you have depression, you're very stressed, whatever you're doing in life. That package is very helpful. You can contact me in the email description box below, outlined, and also on my website. There is one-off sessions, but I don't do that because I don't believe that you can see a difference. It's a course that we go through and a coaching package. So if you're interested in that, you can contact me, and we can take things further and look into it. So with cognitive flexibility, instead of remaining stuck in the same loops, in the same hamster wheel, try to expand your thinking patterns. Also, you might want to check the video on, are you running on autopilot? Because that is another one that also can help you link all these together and live a more kind of in control, in being flowing state, and less stressful state, I would say. So try to expand your thinking patterns, challenge yourself to imagine alternative points, viewpoints, opinions, perspectives, and options, and go out your way to switch up your typical routines every now and then, because those things will generate an increased cognitive flexibility and are very helpful. Now I've kept it to 4 because I just wanted to make this very small, short, so that they're easy things for you to pick up on. There's a few more that I could include, but I think these are the top 4, and they're easy for you to look at and ask yourself and question yourself, and then reframe where you need to. They're also very easy for anyone who's tuning in, when it's never too complicated. And like, if you know my videos, I'm straight to the point. So anything that, even if you bring what, for example, you're seeing on social media, I will tell you this is grey, and there is partial truth in this, but this is the grey area they're not telling you about. And so you're actually taking the black and white part they're saying, trying to implement it, but there's a grey shady area, and that's why you're not being successful, for example, in a fitness goal or in whatever area in life. And so I take that and I put everything in black and white for you, and I explain the grey shady areas. And this is what I do in all my videos. And so this is why I kept this to 4 things, and very factual. And honestly, these 4 mental health habits will completely transform the way you show up for yourself, for others in the world, and also your daily being of controlling stress, being on that hamster wheel, being in autopilot. So if you liked this video and it was helpful for you, please do give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe so you get notified to all content on the channel. Let me know what you're interested in. I can then focus more of the videos and content on that. And why not share some of the videos with who you think it could be helpful for them to view the videos as well. Until then, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I shall see you in our next video. Bye for now.